Hi and welcome to Getting Into Raw Cooking with Zane. We are going to make a delicious, creamy apple and carrot soup with a little touch of ginger today, and we're going to do it all in the Optimum 9400 blender. It is such an easy recipe, but the reason why I've chosen it is I get loads of questions about blending things like apple and carrot that are hard. Now, the blender is perfectly capable of you throwing this apple all the way in and blending it up beautifully, but what I find is when there's a lot of liquid, apples float. And so what will happen is the apple will float around on top of the liquid in the blender. So I am going to cut and remove a little bit of the core. Actually, we're not even going to remove the core. Pop it in, it'll all get blended up. But I am going to cut it so those smaller pieces are less likely to float as we make this particular recipe. Next, I'm going to add carrot. Now you can use one very large carrot. I'm going to pop two in. Again, the blender is perfectly capable of blending the whole carrot, but I really want to cut it up so it will speed up the process just a little bit because I really want to warm my soup today. And I'm going to use about 1.5 large carrots in there. We've got some shallots, 2 shallots, depends on your taste. They go in, a knob of ginger and a squeeze of lime. And actually a good tip is to roll the lime before you cut it. So I'm going to roll that under my hand and then cut all the way through, and I should be able to easily now get a little bit of juice from that lime. And I'm again going to keep the other half of the lime in case I need to taste. So that's what that's for there. I'm going to add 1 cup, and I've got quite hot water here. You can use cold, but again, if you're going to heat the soup, you can speed the process by using hot water. And then the last ingredient that I'm going to add is a hulled tahini. So hulled or unhulled, it's completely up to you. I quite like the flavour of a hulled tahini. And I love tahini altogether, especially for those vegans and vegetarians out there that don't consume milk. Then this is a great way of getting your calcium. And don't get me started on milk, but milk is most definitely not the way to get any calcium into your body. And long term, you can actually leach calcium from the bones because it's so acidic. So then we just simply place the blender onto the base right here, put the lid straight on top. You will definitely need the tamper to get started, but keep the lid plug on hand to make sure that if the soup is going beautifully, you can take the tamper out and put the lid plug back in. It's not a great idea to leave your tamper in the jug while it's blending steadily. It's a good idea to remove it and put the lid plug right in. Turn the blender on, making sure that it's on low to start. Turn it up to high, take the tamper out, put the lid plug in and wait till it's warm. You tell me, can you cook a soup that quickly? Absolutely not. And you'd have to wash the pot. But this blender is going to wash itself when I fill it up halfway with water. Turn it on for about 10 seconds and then rinse it out in the sink. And here is my delicious, creamy carrot and apple soup. It's nice and warm and ready to rock and roll. Now to serve that, I can pop just a sprinkling of black sesame seeds on top and a little touch more calcium with my soup. Delicious, tasty, fast, easy, and you can see we can blend the hardest of ingredients in just a few minutes in the Optimum 9400 blender. If you'd like one, pop down to the description below, and if you like this particular recipe, make sure that you subscribe to the Foodie TV channel. There's heaps more recipes to come. Ciao for now.